What if you woke up tomorrow and all your files were gone? Not because your hard drive failed, but because a company like Microsoft decided to lock your account permanently. You might think your files on OneDrive or Google Drive are safe, but you are giving up all your control. These companies actively scan your personal files, and if their algorithm flags something, you may get locked out of your entire digital life, with no warning and without any way to get back to your data. There are real stories of this happening. In fact, there was a well-documented privacy breach where Google Photos accidentally sent some user's private video to complete strangers. If you believe you should be the only one in control of your own data, you are in the right place. Today, I'm going to show you the easiest way to run your own private cloud, Nextcloud, using Portainer. We are going to take back control. This is the ultimate alternative to big tech. Nextcloud gives you everything you need: file sync, calendars, contacts, and so much more, all running on your own hardware in your home lab. And by using Portainer, the setup is incredibly easy. Now this guide assumes you already have two things set up already. First, you need Portainer. If you don't have that yet, I have a complete video guide on installing Portainer on Ubuntu. I will leave the link for that in the description box. Second, to get a secure HTTPS connection and a clean URL, you will need a reverse proxy. My tool of choice is Nginx Proxy Manager. I also have a full video on installing that. I will also put the link in the description box. Alright, let's get this done. So log into your Portainer and click on Live Connect, Stack, Add Stack. Let's call this Nextcloud. And paste this bad boy. You don't have to worry about typing all of this, I will put it in the description box for you. Alright, let's see what's going on here. So we have two main services, Nextcloud and its databank. Nextcloud is using this image, it's from the Linux server team, and the container name is Nextcloud. Here we define the PUID and BGID and our time zone. And here you define the location where the Nextcloud data will be saved. So we have one configuration file and one data file. The left part is the location on your server, and the right one is the location on the Docker. So we are mounting this folder on our VM to this folder on our Docker. And we are binding the port 444 on our server to the port 443 on the Docker. And here we have our MariaDB. So we are using this image, it's also from the Linux server team. Here we define the container name, and again PUID and BGID, time zone. Here we define our SQL root password. So don't forget to use a secure password, and the database name, the username of the SQL, and the password of the SQL databank. We are also binding the config folder of our Docker to our Nextcloud data SQL on our server. And we are binding these two parts together. So scroll down and hit deploy.
A few moments later.
Alright, so Nextcloud is installed. Let's go to containers. And here are the two services. Click on this bad boy, advanced, process, and here you go. Here you can create your first admin user. So I will call this admin and create a secure password. It's not average, it's big. And select MySQL MariaDB. And here you can type the information you have used in Portainer before. Under database, you can delete this and type your server IP. Now go back to Portainer. As you can see, Portainer is using this port. So copy this and paste it here. Hit install. And we are in. Here you can choose which programs you want to install. So I'm gonna remove this and this and this. And hit on install recommended apps. Alright, let's close this. Nextcloud is installed, but we haven't finished yet. This one is really ugly. So let's go to Nginx Proxy Manager. As I mentioned before, I have a full video on how to install Nginx Proxy Manager. So make sure to watch that one first. So click on proxy hosts and say add proxy host. And give it a domain name. So let's say test.yourdomain name. Now go back to Nextcloud. Copy this. And paste it in. As you can see, we are using HTTPS, so let's use this and delete this and use port 444. Delete this, block common exploits. Now hit SSL, select your certificate and force SSL, HSTS, HTTP2, HSTS subdomains. Now click on settings and paste this bad boy. Now hit save. And let's create a DNS record. I also showed you how to do this in the Nginx Proxy Manager video. So hit save. Now open a new tab and type the domain name of your Nextcloud. And now we are connected using a domain name and HTTPS. But as you can see, it's telling us we are using untrusted domain. So go back to Portainer and click on Nextcloud and select console. Hit connect. Now we have to edit the configuration file of Nextcloud. So type nano config www nextcloud config and config.php. And here under trusted domains, you can delete this and type the domain name of Nextcloud. And let's scroll down a bit to see what nano is telling us. So hit Ctrl O to save and Ctrl X to exit. And that's it. Now click on disconnect and go back to Nextcloud and hit restart. Now let's go back to Nextcloud and refresh. Now it's working, so log in. That's amazing. As you can see, here are the Nextcloud apps installed now. So you have files, and here we have our photos, our activity. Here you can save your contacts, your calendar, and here are our notes. And here it's telling you can download the Nextcloud Notes app on your Android or on your iPhone. You can also download Nextcloud files on your desktop or on your smartphone. And if you want to sync your contacts, calendars and tasks with your smartphone, you can use Dave X5. So this is the app you can install on your Android. And if you want to use it for free, you can get it from F-Droid. And that's it. Now you have your own private cloud running on your own server, so you don't have to rely on big tech. Speaking of which, if you're still using Google Photos, you need to see our video on how to install image on your server. Now thank you for watching, and don't forget to hit the like button and leave a comment. This is Libre-Data, and we are just getting started. See you in the next one.